ค่ะ There we go. Right microphone is on now. Forgot to check that in OBS first. We haven't done audio tests at all, so do you want to speak?
Audio is usually okay.
I adjust a lot between streams, so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and put this chill music in the background. It's at a low point.
Do you want to speak now, just to make sure?
Hello. How's that doing? How am I sounding? Good?
Yeah, we're about equal now, ish.
Aye.
Audio. I think I need to lower my background music though.
Let me know if you guys have any issues hearing Nabby at all. Please let me know.
Yes.
But I think Nabby's okay. This is usually the volume I have my people at.
Mm-hmm.
And you're my person, my people.
Your
One
people?
of my people is what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm. I don't recall ever joining your kingdom.
Also, I got a follower today for saying awa awa.
Awa awa? Awa?
Awa awa. I can't ada. That's awa awa.
I might
Ada.
raise your voice in
Is that
Discord.
ada?
Awa awa? Awa awa?
I think the ada I did was too cutesy. Oa.
Owa.
Oa. I'm cold. I directed Nabby to punch my nose off, but they never did it.
Hey, fool.
Therefore, my nose, it remains cold.
I haven't opened the tab yet. Hold on. Let me just change scenes real quick. There we go. Now you guys can see the story. Or, well, the planning for the story. And, makes this lovely message here.
Now, is that underneath the... It should be underneath the screen. Yeah, the chat box is underneath. Oh, no, actually, it's above. Let's put that below. There we go.
Above? It's above?
Otherwise, if we got multiple messages at a time, it start covering our writing. We're going to, refresh.
Yeah, we haven't looked at this in a while. We haven't looked at this in a hot minute.
No, it's been a little while. God bless us.
Oh boy. Cello is not asleep, so you might just start chattering along.
That's fine. I'll chatter with Cello anytime, any day, all day, all time.
Well, he can't hear you, unfortunately, but
that's okay. I'll talk to him anyway. I love birds.
Yeah. Okay, so we have our genre up here. Fantasy, pain.
Fantasy
and
elements. Important. Okay.
Sci-fi, Sonic inspiration, isekai.
Inspiration.
Our characters. Apparently, we have Hey Fool, Heart, Ooh.
Oh right. Oh. That was just me being a loving friend.
I know.
You deleted my loving friendness?
Yes, I did. What are you gonna do about it?
Try a little.
Good.
Try a little bit. Oh, good. You'd enjoy that, wouldn't you?
So we have Cello, the main character, bird person, has a sky pattern jacket, isekai into a human. We have Kiwi, frog spirit, doesn't really do much. He hasn't shown up in one of my streams for a while. I don't. I haven't added him in a while. So we have Violin, elf. They live in a cozy cave that they built themselves and it has a door. Violin's goal is to stop Milkwoman from building this catapult. Yes.
It should just be violin.
Violin. Violin's goal is to stop Milkwoman. Oh yeah. Violin's goal is to stop Milkwoman from building this catapult. He brings Cello and unknowingly Kiwi into his party to help. Kind of a dumbass for thinking Milkwoman could actually succeed in this.
We'll see why.
Oliver, or Olivier, just really cool. Has swords for arms. Kinda hates how Milkwoman did that to him, so joins the party to fight his mom. You know, as you do. We have Caitlin.
As you do.
Caitlin, a baby-shaped robot who has spatulas for legs and bendy straws for arms. Also, her head is a clay statue of a potato with mechanically controlled googly eyes. We have Nurse Milkwoman F-Bomb. Shaped like a gallon milk bottle, legally must keep her hand on her hip at all times. Should she move it, the world is susceptible to destruction.
Are we okay during this stream?
I don't think we were. But then again, when are we? Yeah.
Oh.
I dropped my phone. Okay, so then we have world building. Fantasy creatures versus tech. Source of mana is the volcano of life. Every year the bodies of the thieves are yeeted into the volcano as fuel because it's returning life to its origin. There's no evidence that this is true, so they might just be eating people in for no reason. They use giant magical catapults and load 100 corpses into it and yeet them and hope for the best. But the bodies don't always make the yeet, and sometimes just get obliterated as they crash into the side of the volcano. The year is prophesied based on how many bodies make it to the volcano. If most of the bodies get into the lava successfully, then the year will be full of magic and prosperity. But if most of the bodies miss, then the year will be shittier than 2020. Nurse Milkwoman F1 doesn't believe in that bullshit, so she wants to slice the volcano into pieces like a lava cake and get rid of all the pieces by blasting them into space with an even better techier catapult. Also, it will kill all the people, and she's completely fine with that because she hates all the fantasy creatures for being stupid as fuck. Not being self-aware enough to realize that she is also stupid as fuck because how the hell would one even go about slicing a volcano like a lava cake? So then we have the plot. Nurse Milkwoman Epmon was born as a fantasy creature, but turned herself into a cyborg and started making her own army. Fantasy creatures didn't like that. She didn't give a shit and did it anyway. So fantasy creatures were all like, fuck you! And now there's a war because both sides are being dicks for the sake of being dicks to each other. Cello got isekai'd after he walked real far into his little tent thing and came out the other end into a new world like it was fucking Narnia or something. Somewhere in between the two worlds, he blacked out for a second and became a human. He immediately panicked and wasn't sure what to do, because he couldn't fly. He just ran around like a headless chicken until he accidentally smacked into Kiwi and yeeted him by accident, because Kiwi weighs fucking nothing. Cello then panicked over thinking he had hurt Kiwi, then realized that Kiwi was fine. And that's where we got to.
That's how we got. Honestly, you know, I think we could start writing the, you know, I think the story could start off with Cielo waking up, you know, so this is going to be published on the internet. Amelia, after this is going to be published on the internet.
Yeah, we're going to make a joint fucking Wattpad account.
Oh, yeah. We're going to make a joint Wattpad account. Tofu says Shakespeare is jealous of us.
Yes, I have achieved creative mastery. I am the ultimate creative story writer. I am amazing. Meeks is also amazing at it, but not as good as me because I can't have that.
Okay.
A small thing that's happened since we wrote that is I actually changed out Ciello's little tent thing in his cage. He doesn't have that anymore because I found out it was actually like really bad for him. Just like, oh, and so I got him a seagrass one, but it's much bigger. So it's more like a little hut.
See, the seagrass tent is for the Netflix adaptation.
Yeah. It's still little tent. It's just made of seagrass instead of cotton. Hello, Mark. Oh. Apparently, I have to do the Yandere voice for 10 minutes. You have to enjoy this now.
Okay. Well, it's 3:30 for me, so at 3:40, this better end. This better stop. All right. Well. So how did Shalo get isekai? Let's take another look at this.
Well, he went into his little tent thing, and then he came out like it was Narnia out the other end. And blacked out in between.
Right. Okay, perfect.
That's what it says anyway.
Okay. Right, because he's just a bird, but he got isekai into a human, yes? Or did he get isekai into a Sonic-looking bird creature like that? There's bird creatures in the Sonic universe.
No. He turned into a human.
Then where are our Sonic OCs? Oliver?
No. It was, Nurse Milkwoman F-Mon was supposed to be, like, a rip-off Dr. Eggman. So we just switched out Doctor with Nurse. F-Mon.
Right.
Eggman with F-Mon. And then we just called her Milkwoman.
Violin and...
That was just because we wanted to fuck up the names as much as physically possible.
She was milk instead of eggs, and of course a woman instead of man, and a nurse instead of a doctor. Nurse Milk Woman. Yeah. How we got F-Mon, I don't know.
It was Eggman. And then we turned it to F-Mon. I think because F is next to G on the keyboard. Time to redeem it 5 times to annoy Meeks. I think I have a limit on the amount of times you can redeem it, unfortunately.
Can redeem what?
The Yandere voice redeem. I think it's one of the ones I put a limit on.
Redeem it for like 50 minutes. I got 8 more minutes. I got 8 more minutes.
Oh good, I only had that for 1. You're in luck. Mark couldn't afford it anyway. Okay. So
we gotta decide how to start this off. Because we're actually gonna start writing paragraphs now. We're actually writing the story.
Yeah.
Because this is just the outline.
Yeah. We never really came up with an ending, but you know, we could come up with as we go.
Whoever does. Yeah, you can figure out. You know how many stories I have where like I know the beginning and I know the ending, but know nothing that's happening in the middle.
Oh, I have so many like that. I also have so many where I have the setting, but I don't have an actual plot. I think I have one story where I actually have a beginning and end and like a rough outline for the middle, and that's about it. You could, redeem them yourself to slowly make Meeks go mad. But then I have to drive myself mad, Mark.
Trying to... Who? Okay. Who in your chat is trying to do this?
It's Mark.
Mark! Babe! Why? Why is this what you want? Jesus.
Also, I don't think my voice can take staying at this lower pitch that much at the moment. It's very, very rough. Like, I'm struggling.
I feel like whenever I collab with Nabby, somebody betrays me by going into Nabby's chat and making Nabby do something evil.
Oh yeah, last time it was Shatter. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta roar like a lion.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a good one, yeah. I'm proud of that one. No. Stop.
What? Is there a problem?
It was just so breathy.
That's because I raised I raised my mic for it. I'm also apparently being told off by Mark. My chat. What? What is it, Mark?
Nabby.
Yes.
Ada.
Do you want to redeem it?
Oh, okay. Okay. That's how we're gonna be
Yeah.
today. All right, hold on. We're pulling up Nabby's stream in my stream. Good. Have to redeem the Ada myself. That's Lioness ASMR. Speak in a terrible voice for. Oh no, I don't have enough points for that. I don't want it anyway.
Wait, what?
All right.
It hasn't refreshed.
Here.
It refreshed. Ara. Okawaii koto. You got the yandere. Ara. Okay. Ara.
No.
Ara. Okawaii koto.
Stop. Ew. No, not you, but.
You wanted the ara. You wanted the ara.
I know. Oh.
But you don't want the yandere? You don't want the yandere ara?
I got yandere for 4 more minutes.
Soka. Soka. So desu ka? I feel like even though I don't speak Japanese, I can voice act in Japanese a lot better. But
I feel that with singing.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I have no clue what I'm saying, but I can say it so much easier. I don't know if it's because I'm reading it.
I just feel like my voice is
so weird. I don't know why that's the thing.
I don't know why I do. I don't know why.
I don't know if it's just that, like, I think maybe like the what are they called again?
Let me hide my screen real quick so you guys don't see all my docs.
Oh, what are they called? I don't remember what they're called.
Oopsie.
I think it's that like the letters in Japanese are just so much easier to flow because they're in like group. They're just sounds, whereas our alphabet is like individual letters.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Like I think Japanese flows a bit better with them, so you can your
Do we have a name for this story?
No, I don't think we do.
Alright. Anyone with the link can be an editor. Copy link. I'm gonna send this to you. This is where we are going to. And sorry, the screen is gone. For a reason. It'll be back. Okay, and then I sent that to you in Discord. So that's gonna be the one that we use for paragraph. I can bring the screen back. We're back on the screen. All right.
Okay.
Anyone can be.
Yeah. Anyone can be what?
Anybody can be yandere.
Yeah, anyone can be yandere.
Said, you know, males can be yandere. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. I think I actually, like, in a way, kind of prefer. Shut up. Stop telling me what to do. I think in a way, I actually kind of prefer male yanderes, just because you always see like girls. I mean, I get why people don't like male yanderes because it's I mean, yandere in itself is very.
Yeah, no, I get what you.
Yeah, but Yeah, I have a character who's a male yandere, and I'm always tiptoeing
Me
over it because
too.
I'm just like, I don't want this to come across badly, because like when it's like a cute girl, people are a lot more willing to accept it, which
Is he gay? Mine is gay.
no, he's not.
Yeah.
Although you could also say Virial is a yandere of sorts, I guess. In that story, I have both a male and female. Oh, I'm free from the yandere voice now. Yay!
You're free.
I'm free. In that story, I have both a male and female yandere, but one of them is more obvious than the other because one basically triggers the other to go yandere mode. Essentially, it's like it's. You know those OCs I posted on my Twitter like a few weeks ago? Because I did like new designs for them. Yeah, so a fun thing is if you look at all the descriptions, in each one I capitalized one word specifically where it wasn't supposed to be capitalized, and that's supposed to be like their main personality trait. Because the concept of the story is that they basically all have one personality trait that's so prominent that whether it's good or bad, it always becomes a bad thing unless they actively work against it. So,
God.
yeah, so for instance, Liliana's is loyalty, and I think she exemplifies it the most. Because when you think of loyalty, that's always like portrayed as a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
She.
But I mean,
think about that. Yeah, think about if you push it a lot. If you push loyalty, it's gonna turn into a form of extremism, you know? So she's the yandere that gets pushed by the other one. She only becomes, I only realized she was technically a yandere later on, and was like, huh. I guess technically.
Would she kill for her love?
Yeah, that's if someone she loved was hurt, she would seek revenge, is the thing. And it's kind of spoilery for me to say, but you know, whatever. The other one who is much more obviously a yandere when you look at the description is Leland. And I think I shared some art of him that kind of had that somewhere. I shared it somewhere. He's the one with the pink hair and the clips. I think I sent it in the group chat.
If you send me a picture, I could throw it into my stream as well.
Oh yeah. I'll throw one up on my stream once I find it as well. Yes, Cello? It's being very, very squeaky right now.
Cello's like, what about my story? Talk about my story. Am I gonna be a yandere? Is Cello a yandere?
No, he throws tantrums, but he's not a yandere.
He's a tsundere.
Yeah, I guess something like that. I guess that kind of fits him. Yeah.
I don't know any other deres. I just know yandere and tsundere. All the other ones, I have no idea.
There's dandere, there's dere, there's kudere, yeah. Can I just copy this and OBS?
I mean, I still don't know any of those.
Oh, no, that's not right. That's not the right one. No. That's the wrong image.
Navi.
Yeah?
Navi.
Yeah.
What dere am I?
I don't know. I don't think you fit into any of the big dere types.
I'm too unique and wonderful. Himbo dere, thank you, Tofu. Thank you, Tofu.
Oh, that's too big. Well, there he is. He's really, really being massive because all my files are massive.
Oh.
All my drawings are always like super high res.
Let's pop up Navi's stream. It'll make it easier.
Yeah, so this is Leland here. Leland MacArthur. Boo. There he is. He does stuff and things.
Not really. Leland, you said?
Leland? Yeah, Leland. Oh my god, it's so weird, like, talking to people who don't already know my characters. Because I used to talk about them so much, but, like, after becoming a VTuber, like, I haven't talked about my OCs as much with people. So I get, like, a bit of a culture shock, but I realize, wait, I haven't talked about this character. I haven't told you about them. Wait, you don't know shit about this.
But, well, I don't know how much I remember, but one of the very first streams I went to of yours, I made you go off, like we started talking about things that did not have to do with the game. And so you left your game, and then you opened up your sketches and stuff, and you started talking about your art process. And I was just there vibing.
Oh yeah.
So you talk about your art process, but you showed some of your OCs too.
Yeah,
that was the very first stream I was ever in of yours.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what that was, because I remember it happening, but I don't remember what game I was actually supposed to be playing.
Oh,
I think I had pretty
Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like already finishing out by that point. That makes sense, because that was very, very early. That was like the first proper playthrough I did. Oh my god. I didn't realize how long ago that actually was. Yeah, that was my first like proper playthrough on Twitch. At the time, I only had one playthrough going. Now I always have two. Things change.
Like 5 at a time because I can't focus on one set thing.
Yeah.
Alright.
I technically have 4 going, but that's because 2 are on hiatus. So, or 3 are on hiatus because I have Mario 64 as well. Because I can't stream from my Twitch at the moment.
Oh.
So, I'm playing through a bunch of RPG Maker stuff at the moment instead, just because it runs on my computer. I haven't worked out, like, the plot for this story exactly. Like, I'm planning on changing it, so I don't know any of the exact stuff that's gonna happen. There's another character in it, called Metal, who Liliana has kind of a crush on. And Leland is kind of gonna go out of his way to just be a colossal dick.
Of course.
He basically, like, tries to befriend Liliana, and anyone else any of her other friends, like, he starts, like, getting because he gets really obsessive with her, because his key trait is obsessiveness. So, you know, obvious yandere. Duh. But, yeah, he starts getting really obsessive with her, which is not good, obviously, and, he starts, like, subtly threatening her friends. And they sort of realize, but she doesn't realize until Leland actually does something in front of her, much later on. I do be going into lurk mode now. Take care, friendo. Okay, Mark. That's okay. Okay, anyway. We have another story to write. We can talk about personal story stuff later. We should at least try and write chapter 1.
Alright, babe. You have a good day. Alright. Alrighty.
How do we start this off? I always find starting to be the hardest thing.
Well, so this is Cielo. So,
yeah.
How would you write Cielo as Cielo is bouncing around his little cage? Because we're starting off with Cielo as a bird, I suppose. Bouncing around his little cage, you know. That he's gonna choose to go into his tent. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep.
Yes.
Beep, beep, beep.
Says
the green little bird.
He's not green.
That
was Willow. Willow was green.
There is this green bird that I watched, just like bathing in a bunch of water, and now
yeah.
green birds are just on my mind.
Yeah. Well, Willow was yellow and green. Willow was like the standard colors for a budgie, except like her pied pattern was faded. But we called her a banana. Also because there was a couple of times she hung upside down on the roof of the cage.
Oh.
So we started calling her a banana because she looked like one. Are we writing this in third person or first person? We should do like third person, right? Third person?
Third person is when yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to write from like the viewpoint of Cello.
I mean, I feel like that would be very, very difficult. I don't think I could. I've tried to like imagine the concept of being in his perspective, and I just cannot do it because it's like, oh my god, he's so tiny. You're so tiny, Cello.
I think what it would be like to actually be like a house cat sometimes. Because I just look at my house cats and I'm like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
The thing with birds is like they have like disproportionately. They're disproportionately intelligent to how like small they are.
I thought you were gonna talk about their bodies because yeah, because they have to move their head when they walk because they're disproportionate. Otherwise, they'll fall over.
That's chickens,
right?
That's chickens specifically.
No, but like pigeons do that too, yeah.
Well, yeah, they do it a lot more pronounced though. With budgies, well, with all birds, what they do have is that to accommodate their brains, their eyes don't have the muscle to move them around, so they have to move their head to match. Right. So they do have like a little thing where they move their head a little bit when they walk, but chickens have it like far more pronounced.
I like that.
Yeah, because that is to keep them from basically getting fucking vertigo when they're flying and stuff.
Yeah.
Essentially. Ooh. So they have like a clear vision. It's so funny. I knew like nothing about birds in general before getting a budgie, and now I have like all this information just in my brain, like ready to go because I've done so much research in the time I've had Cello.
Aww.
It's so funny because like,
now you're just a bird person now.
Yeah, it was so weird, like, because I wasn't I liked birds, but like I was like, oh, I'd never get one as a pet, and here I am.
It's just your fate. I mean, I kind of think that way too now. I'm like, I don't know if I would ever get a bird as a pet, but yeah. I mean, I don't know if who I was living with was like, hey, let's get a bird. I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah, that was literally what happened.
I'm going crazy.
It was my flatmate.
Your roommate wanted to get the bird?
Yeah, Red wanted to get a cockatiel, so we went to like this super pet store like a couple of cities over one day to sort of check if, like, first of all, if they had cockatiels there, and also if they had like good supplies there. And then they had the budgies in, and this was like the same batch that Cello and Willow were in. Like, they were in this group. We actually picked them out that day, but we weren't allowed to get them that day because they had literally just arrived. So they were still getting like their worm treatment and stuff. So we had to wait until...
You wanted those specific ones.
Yeah. So this was on like the Friday. We went on Friday because I think that was like we didn't have much university work on that day. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, we'll go on this day. We got early to do so, I think, or reasonably early anyway. Not super early, but like, yeah, earlier than usual. Because we needed to get there, and it took like an hour or so. Hour and a half maybe of travel, and so we were like, we got told like, oh yeah, we're not selling them until Monday, but we had like already gotten very attached to these two specific birds. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna
hold on them?
Huh? No, they didn't have
like a hold
No, this shop specifically didn't do reserves, which most pet shops do reserve animals. This one didn't. So we were like, we asked, we were like, oh, do you do like reserves? And they were just like, nope, sorry. You have to come in on Monday.
Nobody else takes them.
Yes. So what we ended up doing, we basically made a plan. Okay, we are going to get up super early on Monday and get there as the shop opens to make sure that we get these specific budgies that we want.
Like, these two are ours. No one else takes them.
Literally. So what ended up happening was
You're yawning for your birds.
It was literally, we got up, what's it, I think, I was planning on getting up at 6, I ended up actually getting up at 7, and then getting dressed really, really quickly, and then we, like, ran to the train, because the first time we went, we took a coach there, but, I get motion sickness, specifically on country roads, and that one specific day, on that one specific coach at the one specific time, they decided to take the country road route instead of the normal route.
Does country road just mean, like, very windy?
Kind of. I mean, yeah, it basically means, like, any roads in, like, the countryside sort of areas, where there isn't, like, a lot of streets and stuff. Yeah, and so specifically with me, it's, turns and, like, when they go up and down really quickly, but more so, turns, which... Yeah, so country roads have a lot more of that. And because we had to wear masks, that made it so much worse because I couldn't get fresh air, which is one of the things you're supposed to do when you have motion sickness. Yeah. So I spent that entire... It was like a half-hour ride, like, just so nauseous, trying not to throw up because, yeah, I didn't want to. Like, I felt like I was dying, because, I get, like, various types of motion sickness, and I was getting all of them at once. So I felt like I was gonna throw up, my head hurt, my neck hurt, I was dizzy, like, I was pale and shaking, you know, it was not fun.
Like, all the stuff that you did for me!
I went through hell. No, that was on the first day that we went there, so we didn't even know we were going to get budgies at that point. Yeah, so we took the train back, because I was like, I'm not going through that again, we're taking the fucking train. And so that time we went on the train, but it did mean we had a more strict schedule that we had to keep to. So we basically, I think we sprinted to, or we like speed walked and then sprinted a little bit to the train station to get there on time.
We speed run getting a bird.
I'm basically
getting a budgie speed run by Nabby.
Yeah, so we were on the train for, I don't know, it's like a half-hour train or something, and then we walked through this town. I'm not gonna say what town, but we walked through. We had to get to the bus, and then we had to wait for that bus, which was like 20 minutes or something. Took the bus, that took another 10-20 minutes or so, and then the bus actually stopped pretty close to the store. But we hadn't eaten breakfast, so we had to get breakfast as well, before we got the birds, because then we wouldn't... If we got breakfast after we got the birds, we wouldn't be allowed in the store, because
so
we had birds.
You didn't get to the pet store before it opened, huh?
No, we got there around the same time. We had like...
Oh, okay.
We had like a few minutes to spare, so that was when we got our breakfast. We went in like maybe 5-10 minutes after it opened or something, because we wanted to give them time to open as well, and not just be waiting outside the door, like faces plastered against the door, like, let us in, let us in. Yeah, we didn't want to be doing that.
If I was a pet store owner and I saw you guys, but hey, come on in. What are you here for? You're here for your birds? Okay, let's get you your birds, you know? I think I'd be a great
we picked out, we took pictures to remember which ones we wanted to get. We got them.
I took a picture of them just in case.
Yeah, it was because neither of our memories are particularly good, but we were attached to these two particular births. So even without the pictures, we remembered which ones we wanted.
Should have brought me. You should have brought me. I got a good memory.
Got a good memory?
Got all in here. Yeah, I got a good memory.
I'm not checking my comments at the moment because Twitch crashed on my phone. Yeah, welcome. There we go. Although I should check.
Amelia said, is it weird? I feel like Meeks could spend whole stream quiet. Now he could just talk and manage both. Excuse me.
Sam says, "Honey, take me home. Country roads, place I belong." Gosh dang it! Every time you cough, I get a jump scare. I'm so sorry. You have to get used to it. It's so funny because I think I mentioned this on Twitter the other day where I was thinking about like my first couple of streams and I was very quiet because I didn't know what to talk about, and now I'm so good at just rambling on and making content out of that while I'm doing stuff. Like I literally could take over both streams if I wanted to. I just think of like a story and go off until I get on a tangent or something. I just go on like continuous tangents. Yeah, I don't know.
It hurts my feelings a little bit.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
You don't have to talk to hell and back.
So it hurts my feelings a little bit.
You don't have to do that. It's just how I stream myself. I don't know. I don't like dead space. It's the thing. Because after my first stream, I was like, oh my god, there's like 20 minutes of dead space in between tiny conversations. Oh lord. And so I started
I mean, the thing is, yeah, what Amelia's saying, like, when I, being able to, like, play games and stuff and, like, dream games, like, I always talk while I'm playing games anyway, regardless if anyone's near me. I'm good at talking to myself. Like when I'm walking around like my apartment and stuff, like I talk to myself all the time, constantly, you know. And so I'm good at that. And so when I'm playing games, that helps me make content because I just talk about what I'm doing and such and so forth. Conversationally, that's why I don't really do just chatting streams. Because I'm not very good conversationally.
My thing is, I think I could do a just chatting stream. I would like to do more. My thing is, like, I'm worried I won't get viewers. And that it does make it easier when you have viewers to bounce off of them, you know? I feel like that's the point. At the same time, I did notice recently that just chatting was one of the top categories for my viewers, apparently. So I was like, oh, huh. Maybe that could work.
Drawing streams and stuff, and you have very good OCs, and I think you should make it. I'm not sure if you have already, because I've been busy at work. I haven't been able to drop by a lot of streams lately, and I've got a 30-hour work week coming for me.
Funky.
Yeah, funky. But have you even done an OC stream yet before?
No, I haven't. I've been wanting to, but at the moment it's really awkward for me to set up like streams like that if I have my drawing tablet. I did it with Cree, and it was super awkward for my face capture because I don't have the desk. I have a lap desk, and I have to just try and balance stuff. So it becomes really, really awkward because I can't do it.
Alright, time to set up a donation bar to get Nabby a desk.
No, I have a desk. The problem is, I have a desk here, but I don't have room for a chair. I have a desk in, like, my own flat, and I'm hoping to get there in the middle of the March, or so help me, I will strangle Nicholas Sturgeon. Listen, be more clear with university students, please. Oh my god, I could go the fuck off about it. I should probably stop now before I actually get angry. So I was talking about this with my parents the other day, because they recently announced, like, new stuff, in terms of lockdown, new plans and stuff. But they're always, like, consistently entirely unclear with university students, and they don't differentiate between the ones in dorms and the ones in private accommodation. Which is really infuriating. And I'm gonna stop now. My
No,
phone's still online, so pain. Yeah, mine is online too. Why is my... Oh, why are my wings up? What? Down. What the hell? Okay, that was weird.
Shatter asked, how's it going? How's it going? We have been on for an hour. We have not written anything yet.
Yeah, we haven't
learned
done
about
shit.
how Nabby got their birds. Which was an interesting story in itself. So,
Yeah,
and you know what?
story.
Now we know a little bit more about Cello's backstory. You know,
Yeah.
lore, Cello lore. You know, we know where he came from. You know, cute little bird from Scotland. His owner was streaming too much, and so he felt sad, and then went into his tent, and the next thing you know, he got isekai'd. You know, playing music he didn't like. What music does Cello not like?
Oh my god, he'd be surprised. He throws tantrums over like random stuff. I know what music he does definitively like 90% of the time. He likes Eve, and he apparently likes the Genshin music and Genshin Impact music, apparently,
Good
or
taste.
some of them.
Good taste.
Some of the tracks specifically. Some of them he doesn't care about. Some of them he really likes for whatever reason. Just like, okay, he really likes the Leeway music.
I do not blame him. I do not blame him. I gotta play some more Genshin. Beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. The little budgie was getting frustrated. His owner was playing music he didn't like. He had to let them know. But before that, he had to throw a tantrum. And then he goes beep 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 beep.
It's more like, oh, what noises did you make? It's really horrible noises, actually. Because budgies might be tiny, but they are very loud. They are disproportionately loud for how small they are.
We hear Cello.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wonderful thing. I love hearing Cello. But trust me, we hear them.
Yeah. It's worse for me, believe me.
I imagine. We're at a microphone that's probably...
I like when he chatters. I do not like when he throws tantrums. I'm just like, please. Please, no.
It's very, very high-pitched.
No, he squawks, they start squawking, basically, and it's like, I don't even know how to describe the noise, aside from just, it squawking. Alicia, I just hatched a shiny Puff, this is the best day, I'm so happy, Puff is the best. Hey, congrats, Sam. I'm happy for you. Yeah. Angry budgies make a sound that's like... Except consistently. They do it over and over and they don't stop. And you can tell Cello is throwing a tantrum when he starts raising his wings with it. Oh my god. You know what?
Well, what music does he not like? Like, what music does he really like?
It's not consistent. Because sometimes he'll be okay with it, sometimes he'll just hate it for no reason. It's not even necessarily music, it's just sometimes he really doesn't want sound in general.
It's his bird knowledge stream.
Yeah. Budgies are inconsistent. No.
Would you ever get another type of bird, now that you've had birds before?
Yes, I've actually thought about that, My problem is I don't know where I'd put the cage, because I'd need a separate cage. So it would depend on what kind of bird it was. So I mean, we already have a cockatiel as well. Red has a cockatiel called Pearl.
I had no idea. Okay. I had no idea that they had a cockatiel.
They have a cockatiel named Pearl. We thought he was a girl at first because the pet shop or wherever that Red got him from said Pearl was a girl, but his markings are more aligned with a male, so we're like,
Christ.
huh. What would be the onomatopoeia for squawking? Just squawk, maybe.
Squawk! Squawk!
How the fuck do you spell? Ah, I can't type!
Squawk is an onomatopoeia.
I don't know how to. Squawk?
No, instead of C, put W. SQUAWK. I'm very good. I was #1 in spelling bee in 5th grade. Would you believe it? There it goes, there it goes, there it goes.
Angrel. He hopped around Angrel.
They're angrily.
Hopped around angrily.
He's doing his best to let his owner know. This is a great introduction to Cello for the story. Now, how is he going to throw these tantrums in a human form?
How do you think?
Whoa! He's gonna look crazy. That's one way to intimidate Milk Woman. Just how he has his sky pattern coat. He'll just lift it like he would his and just go
He just scream. I feel like he'd be kind of like Edward Elric, except just sounds in general.
Very, very easily angry.
Yeah. But
would he be short?
Yeah, probably. He's fucking tiny. He's a tiny boy. we can draw out the characters later, you know?
Yeah, we can doodle them out.
Yeah.
Over the water tub to.
Well, he can't do that because it's outside the cage.
Oh.
It's like a clip-on attachment to his cage.
Oh, is it like the one that you give to like hamsters?
No. It's like there's a hole in the cage itself. There's like a hole in the cage itself, and you attach this bowl to it, and clip like something over it so that they can't get out that way. So yeah.
I'm over here thinking that birds drink out the same thing as hamsters.
I think some people do that, but because they have beaks, I'd imagine that would be more awkward for them.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I just realized? My music stopped.
Oh, right.
Ah.
You don't have a fucking loop?
No, I just play aesthetic copyright-free music.
You can loop it, you know.
Well, I'm playing a different one now. We're vibing to this one.
Hum. Something wasn't right.
Oh, I think I turned it down a little bit. That's why he went over here. Turn it down a bit more. Alright. Let's see. Let's read out what Nabby has done so far. Okay. Beep beep beep. The little budgie was getting frustrated. His owner was playing music he didn't like. He had to let them know, but before that, he had to throw a tantrum. Go on, Nabby. Make the tantrum sounds.
Squee! Squee! Squee!
You sound like a Pokemon. He hopped around angrily, wings raised, doing his best to let his owner know how much he fucking hated that song right now. God, Dad, turn it off! He hopped down to his water tub. He hopped back up to his main perch, and he hopped into the seagrass tent. But something wasn't right. Cello closed his eyes, feeling wrong. Dun dun dun.
Oh, thanks for capitalizing it, Google Doc.
I'm getting a raid.
Oh, by who? Who's raiding?
Grandpappy's happy raid. Hello, Grandpappy.
Ooh.
Hello, Grandpappy.
Hello. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. Welcome.
Readjust myself.
Kaiser. Hello, Kaiser. How are you doing? Thank you, Shatter, for the shout out. How was your stream? What were you playing? Ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom.
It's no longer where it was before. Now, here's the thing about Chill specifically. He basically has panic attacks when I try to get him out of the cage.
Oh no!
He panic flies, which is essentially the bird equivalent of a panic attack. They just freak out, until they tire themselves out, basically. We've been working on it. I've been working on it with him. It's difficult to get him out in the first place because he just kind of hops back in his tent.
Yeah.
Or back into his cage anyway, before I can get him out. But sometimes I can get him out, and we've been working on getting him to not panic fly when he does that.
Yeah.
And I have precautions for when he does, like I keep the windows closed, and if I could get the radiator to cooperate, I'd turn it off. I can't do that, but he doesn't go over there anyway, so it's fine. As long as, hopefully it's fine anyway. I have stickers on the windows so that he doesn't break his fucking neck if he flies into it. And the mirror, he does fly into that one, but I think he usually realizes because it's a mirror. So it's slightly safer. And then he lands eventually.
3 houses. Hell yeah, Kaiser.
Ooh.
I haven't played that in a while. I haven't even finished it. I'm very, very close to finishing it. I was obviously going through the Blue Lion route, but I never ended up finishing it.
I was playing that as a playthrough, but I can't do that here. Like, cause I can't get the stream set up properly. I'd need to get like a new webcam or something separately, or something like that.
That's the thing with starting a game on stream. Is like you feel like you gotta finish it on stream.
Yeah.
Playing it on stream.
Yeah, I mean that is the thing. Like I want to keep playing it, but like I physically can't really set up at the moment. So
yeah.
What you gonna do? But you know, I'll get back to it when I get back to my own flat.
Kind of cursed right now, but we're having fun with it. Well, I'm glad you're having fun, Kaiser. I'm sorry it's a little cursed. I wish you, well, you know, cursed can be kind of fun. You know? I wish you the funnest Fire Emblem Three Houses streams. It's a, dude, when Three Houses came out, that was merch galore. I have a little plush Dimitri, but it was just like, there was merch everywhere, and like one of my friends has like a whole corkboard worth of Byleth merch because it's just everyone was jumping on the merch train with Fire Emblem Three Houses. call this?
No,
No, this is just chapter 1. I'm just telling you how it happened.
Yeah.
It's getting us started.
Yeah, once we finish this, I guess Meeks can take over for chapter 2, I guess. And
Yeah,
I'll be the main chapter then, I guess. Since I'm concentrating on this at the moment, I guess.
Well, you're introducing Cello, because Cello is your bird.
Yeah,
So
I know
you're
Cello
introducing
best.
Cello enter the world. Maybe for chapter 2, Cello could meet Oliver.
Oh, well, he
Oliver
meets
Kate.
Kiwi first.
Oh, you're right. It's gotta meet Kiwi first.
Yeah.
But you can meet him in chapter 1.
Yeah.
Kind of cursed right now. Oh, right. No, I read that. If I can get one of Dorothea, I could die happy. You don't have Dorothea on your team? I think I got Dorothy on my team, but I didn't get Ferdinand on my team, which is a depressing thing to do.
Yeah. And I'm playing on my streams. Well, when I was playing it, can't at the moment. But when I was playing the Black Eagles route. And oh my god, it was so hard to. I want to do all the house leaders as the romantic options, but oh my god, the pain of kind of wanting to do Dorothea's S route as well. It's like, oh.
Dorothea is Navi's big video game waifu.
Well, not Dorothea specifically. It's
her voice actress.
Yeah, I really love her voice actress. Allegra Clark. I could gush about Allegra Clark's voice work for so long, but
Navi's gotta meet Allegra Clark. Navi's gotta meet Allegra Clark. You might pass out though. I got to meet Christina V.
Ooh. I don't know who that is, but I used to be I used to be a big fan of Johnny on Bosch, and I still like his voice work, but I'm not as I don't keep up with it as much anymore, because he kind of shows up in a bit less as well, but I can still pick out his voice, and I think it was the last Comic-Con I went to, or it might have been the one before it, but Comic-Con Glasgow. He had last minute he joined the cast, and I was so annoyed because I was like, fuck, I saved up for merch but I didn't save up for this. Great. So I was like, oh, I kind of want to go meet him, but I don't have anything prepped for him to sign or anything, and it's super expensive to get the signature stuff as well. And so
because I was gonna I met Finn from Adventure Time's voice.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I wasn't expecting to meet him, so I mean, I went up to his thing to meet him, but the cost for even just a selfie or something.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I before COVID happened, obviously, I was spend a lot of time saving up for Comic-Con so that I'd have money to spend on stuff. So the first couple, I did not have money. I was also a child, technically. I think I was
of conventions I've gone to while being dirt poor. I wish to someday go to a convention with expendable amount where I could buy a $20 thing and not think, oh,
yeah,
can I still eat lunch at this convention this time around?
Yeah, I when I go to a convention now, I try to have I don't know, maybe 200 or 300 quid of spendable money, because shit is expensive. So if you want to get a bunch of merch, you have to set out quite a lot. So I try to have a decent amount. I'll start off, I'll have 100 quid out of cash machines, in cash, and then if I find that I need more, I'll go get more. You know. As
Next
you do.
convention I'm going to, 100%, I'm making sure I have about that much as well, or I guess in my case, I would like to have I don't want to spend this much money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go out of my way to spend $300, but like, if you want to get like specific stuff, some stuff is just like really expensive. So
I'm trying to get like big figurines or anything like that. But like when you go into the artist alley.
Oh yeah, I spent. I didn't buy like any prints. I didn't buy like any prints my first few goes. I'd buy merch, but I wouldn't go into like the artist alley. A couple of years ago in Comic-Con, however, I think I bought maybe around 15 prints, and I also got a couple of commissions as well. So I got one during the actual con, and I had one that they're so good. I had one that I got at the con itself, that was like a physical thing. The other one, I gave my email to the artist, so she could contact me later and I could get a commission then. You know, because different people do it in different ways. And, you know, it was great.
Stuff. It's like the shirts and the sweaters. If you're going to get anything like that from an artist alley, that's when it's like, I want my $500.
Yeah, I don't usually get like clothes and stuff. They don't usually actually have clothes at the artist alleys here. They usually have like key rings and stuff. Which, oh my god, the amount of key rings I got the year before last at Comic-Con. Oh my god. I think I came out with maybe around, like probably around 15 individual keychains or something. I got so many.
Like anime shirt artists here, like, you know, we have OmoCat coming to our conventions and setting up their little spot there, and stuff like that. However, OmoCat actually, because they're so much bigger, it tends to be in the other hall, not the artist one. I forget what it's called, where they sell more like official anime merch. Oh, what is it called?
Hello, Dorothea Gaming. Hello. Welcome. We are chatting and we're no, Dorothea, not Dorothea. Dorothea. It would be an amazing coincidence if it was Dorothea Gaming.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, hi Dorothea. We were just talking about you. I know the three houses.
I need to actually reload this.
I miss conventions so much. I miss conventions so much too.
Oh yeah. I miss them so much.
I miss burning under the hot sun while eating a hot dog from a random hot dog stand in the middle of the parking lot.
I did have the last Comic-Con I went to, I like properly cosplayed for probably the first time. I say properly, but it was still like, well, actually no, it was like the second time I properly cosplayed, but I mean it was still pretty low effort because I can't make cosplays. I was cosplaying.
I wear glasses, by the way. I can't do contacts.
How are you humans doing? Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're vibing, and we're supposed to be writing, but I mean, we haven't done it in a bit.
This is just chatting stream with the occasional typing.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just goofing around, basically. Yeah, I had contacts in, but I had ordered them online, so they probably weren't the safest of contacts. Safest of colored contacts. And they were fine for most of them. It was also, I wore them for extended periods of time, 2 days in a row, so that probably didn't help. And I also didn't know how to put them in.
Did you sleep with them on?
Huh?
Did you sleep with them in your
No.
Okay.
God, no, I'm not that stupid. I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. No, it was, I had never worn contacts before, so like in the first place I didn't know how to put them in. So I had to spend like a good half an hour trying to get them in the bathroom when I got there. But because I was in these conventions for like 8 hours or so, I'd have them in for like around that time. And they probably weren't the best quality colored contacts in the first place.
No.
And so
what color?
They were like bright cyan. I was cosplaying Ai Mikaze from Vtuber. And yeah, I mean,
I played Hiro Hamada from Big Hero 6 and Star Butterfly from Star vs. I forget forgot what the name of it. Cartoons, not animes.
Yeah,
actually,
so like most of the first day, it was completely fine for most of the first day. Like my eyes kind of started aching a bit, like maybe a couple of hours before the end, but it was like fine. The second day, it hurt like all the way through. Like, well, it didn't hurt, but it was like uncomfortable. It was just like, and I couldn't really see properly because it's like my eyes were blurring, and it's like, like it was fine as soon as I took them out, but I think it's just because they were drying out my eyes or something.
Putting the contacts in doesn't seem as tough as taking them out. Which part do you?
I have trouble with both. Because I find it like apparently I find it extremely painful to put contacts in my eyes. Found that one out, and I actually find it easier to get them out purely because of that. Because I struggle so much because I have to like battle that whole instinct to take your finger away, and I never know when it's actually stuck to my eye. So, like, I have to keep doing it until I eventually get it. Whereas with taking it out, it's just kind of like, it doesn't hurt to do it. It's just like, you're just trying to get it off, you know? You're just trying to peel it off without, like, grabbing your eyeball.
At this point, I feel like I look weird without my glasses anyway. Like, I mean, just like in general, say I wanted to wear, because I've been suggested to wear contacts by like my eye doctor. Like they'd be like, oh, your eyes are good for wearing contacts, you have good contact eyes, or whatever they say. But I can't imagine not having glasses on my face.
Yeah.
My face looks weird without them now to me, and my glasses are big and chunky too, so it's like they are a big part of my face.
Yeah.
Kaiser says, yeah, I can't do contacts at all. I have a hard time putting eye drops in even. I do too.
I don't have issues with eye drops. Like, I can... The thing is, I can touch my eye with no problem. Like, I can just touch it and I can leave my finger there and it's fine. You know, like, I'm not bothered by that. You know, it's not like you're seeing it.
I know, but I don't know.
I mean, it's uncomfortable, but like, I can do it without much issue. Like, I can just touch my eyeball. You know, probably not supposed to do that, but I can. But I don't know what it is about contacts. Like, I just could not get them in. Because I think because my eyes water up so much when I do it. And I cause a lot of problems because it starts dehydrating my eyes. You know.
I get dehydrated very easily.
Yeah, I found that like since I took the antidepressants a couple of years ago. I stopped a couple of years ago because I didn't need them anymore, so I came off them. But when I started them, it gave me a lot dry mouth as one of the symptoms, and then weirdly enough, the symptoms I got when I started antidepressants never actually went away even after I came off them. So, like, I became narcoleptic and I got dry mouth, and now I dehydrate very easily. I don't get dry mouth as much, but, like, I dehydrate very, very easily. Far more so than I did before. And I do have very bad sleeping issues all of the time. Right now, my sleep is actually probably the best it's been, where I go to sleep at, like, 3 a.m. at the latest, and I'm waking up at, like, 9 a.m.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's like reasonably normal. Like 3 a.m. is like a very late one. It's usually around 1 a.m. that I'm going to bed now. So I'm usually getting around 8 hours for once in my fucking life. And I can actually get up on time for things. Like, oh my god. I'm actually waking up at like 8:30 or so quite a lot of the time. Don't know how long that's gonna last, but you know, it's cool for now. We do enjoy it. But like, I've had sleeping issues for a while. I mean, even now, I know I'm eventually gonna end up relapsing into it in like a week or something.
Oh, shit. You know what I realized? Darn. Okay, well, I'm recording now. Darn. Oh no, I'm sad. So I had put my Twitch to not have VODs for stream because because I had done some audio stuff or whatever. Like I wanted to play music that I liked without worrying about DMCA, and so I was like, I'll just take off the VODs for this one stream.
And you forgot to put them back on.
Yeah, it's okay. I pressed record just now, so we can record the rest of this. But I lost the rest of it.
Well, I'll have it. I'll have it. So.
But like my hand movements, you know. Hold on.
Yeah.
I specifically move.
Well, that's okay.
It happens. It happens. It's the memories that matter, you know, Nabby. It's the memories. And I have good memory. Just actually not that great. I've just been really hyping myself up this stream, apparently.
Let's keep typing.
There's one character I wanted to cosplay, and I never did. And even though it's not one of my main fandoms, I consider still cosplaying him because of how long I wanted to cosplay him. It's Gilbert Knight from Pandora Hearts. I don't know, I just think about it. Like, I feel like I should cosplay him, even if he's not in my fandoms anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of an anime and a manga that I've liked since I was like 12.
Oh, yeah? What one?
Pandora Hearts.
Oh! Of course, yeah.
Oh, of course. Meeks would like Pandora Hearts.
I have the first volume of it, but I don't remember anything, and I never watched the anime. I probably should, though, because I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Big stretch.
I have been collecting volumes of Mochizuki-san's other
Vanitas?
Series. Yeah, Vanitas. I've been collecting copies of that, although I haven't gotten I think there's been a couple of new volumes that have come out and I haven't gotten them yet. I probably will, because I still have Christmas money that I haven't spent, so I could probably use it to buy those.
Go. Good night.
Alright.
Well, I can't make any particular judgments on Vanitas, but I will say the story of Pandora Hearts, if you read the manga, personally, is better to me than Vanitas. But I mean,
I think I mostly enjoy Vanitas because of the two main characters. So they have such a good dynamic.
Vanitas being your type of thing.
Oh, he is. He definitely is, both in design and personality. It's just like, oh yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
I love this bastard.
I can see that.
I can't even remember what his name is at the moment, but the other main character, I love the other main character as well. The other main character is a complete dork, and he gets lost super easily.
Is that Noe? No? Noe?
Yeah, Noe. Yeah, that's his name.
Noe, yeah.
I believe so, anyway. I forgot for a second. It's like, what's his name again? Vanitas is easy enough because his name is in the title. Yeah.
I just wish Pandora Hearts got as much attention as Kuroshi Tsuji did. Because it was out around the same time.
Yeah.
Black Butler got more popular, and Pandora Hearts just seemed to...
Yeah, because they had, like, similar vibes in a lot of ways.
They had the whole, like, young master...
Yeah.
Gilbert wasn't a butler. A valet, there you go, that's the word I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Young master valet type of thing going on both of them. But Pandora Hearts was better. Oh, fight!
Yeah, and Kuroshi Tsuji does have a lot of issues. I mean, I liked the little bit of it that I watched, I guess.
Oh yeah, I did.
I mean, it was interesting, but it wasn't like super my thing. I have heard like the second season is kind of bad, I think. that I've heard.
Second season is rough.
Yeah, so I've heard.
I don't remember.
Although I have heard the Bykov stuff is quite good. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't watched
I've
it.
considered continuing it, but I don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
I do not have the time for that right now.
There were or at least there used to be the bloopers uploaded on YouTube. I do remember watching those. And I do remember one of the particular bloopers.
Or in high school ones.
Well, there was those two, but there were also Black Butler ones from both season 1 and season 2, I believe. And I vividly remember one of the bloopers being what is his name? I'm forgetting his name. The main butler. I'm blanking at the moment on any names. Huh?
Sebastian?
Yeah, Sebastian. Sebi. Yeah. His voice actor, who I also can't remember the name of, but I mean, he's a pretty popular voice actor in and of himself. And there was one blooper where he went like, here's a dirty limerick. There once was a woman from Kew who filled her vagina with glue. She said with a grin, if they paid to get in, they'd pay to get out of it too. I just remember fucking losing my shit as a 13-year-old at that. And I still remember it vividly. Like, the fact that I can remember the limerick. Because it's just... it's so funny to me. It's just like, oh my god. And like, I just... girl. Sorry, my mom came in looking for the Benadryl because I still had it. Yeah, I still remember that vividly, and I never remember things like that, but because it was just so funny to me.
I'm never gonna forget that. That is.
It's so good. Just the accent it's said in as well, because it's said in like a posh English accent as well, just makes it. Oh my god.
Oh goodness. It's such a like fancy accent. It almost didn't even feel inappropriate.
Yeah, right?
Like it didn't feel dirty.
Yeah, you have to like think about it because of the accent. It's like I use that voice for Virial, the sort of English accent, lowered slightly from my normal voice. So I can speak like this for hours at this point, if I really wanted to.
I don't want to talk to normal Nabby, I want to talk to Posh Nabby. How you doing, Posh Nabby? How we doing?
I call it my Virial voice just because I mainly use it for him. But like, it's so good because...
I like Virial murder me.
You're not supposed to spoil it! No, it's fine. The entire group murders. The entire group has committed murder at least once each. It's fine.
This body is not being saved, so no one's gonna see it. Whatever.
No. They won't go this far in anyway. Yeah, Virial speaks like this, and he has a very interesting personality, because I would technically call Virial a psychopath, like, textbook, because he just is, like, and it's really interesting to get into that headspace, but it also sort of scares me that I can do that. Just like, moderately worrying that I can fully, like, envelop myself in that mind space for a few hours at a time.
I mean, for my yandere character, for Ashton, that's the yandere character, it's not fun to get into his headspace, this, like, obsessive, possessive, like, headspace, because it's really, like, yeah, people make fun of yanderes all the time, but it's, like, just in general, that type of, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's, you know, You can joke all you want. I want a yandere girlfriend. I want a yandere. No, you don't.
No.
No, you don't.
I much prefer exploring. I much prefer exploring like yandere characters, in the context of fully acknowledging like, yeah, that's not a good thing. You know,
Yeah,
like
no,
with Leland and Liliana, like it is never gonna be said to be a good thing because it's not. Like from the start, like the entire point of the story is that too much of anything is bad, even if it's technically a good personality trait. So like with Leland, it's like, oh, I mean, he's like he has a bad personality trait in the first place. With Liliana, like her personality trait is traditionally thought of as a good thing, until you start thinking about it.
That have like a too much kindness kind of thing.
Yeah, I do actually. I do. Rhea, she has a too much kindness sort of thing where she hurts both herself and others because of that. But she's balanced out by one of the other characters who has like a very short fuse. They balance each other out because like they take over where the other one lacks. And they're best friends because of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Opposites attract. Always lived by that.
Thank you for following Komori Starfall. Hello, welcome.
Komori!
Yeah.
Hi! Hello, Komori.
Scrounge around, tripping over branches.
When you're all done, we'll read it out together. And it doesn't have to be like hella long. Just however.
Yeah.
To your brain, because I don't know how long mine's gonna be. I'm not very good at writing, mind you. However,
neither am I. I don't write. I mean, I write, but I keep it in my head and then I draw it out. So it's very, very different.
When I was in the Pandora Hearts fandom, I was popular. You want to know why? My fan fictions.
You told me about this.
The writing was not good. Oh, I told you about this?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it. I don't know.
The time of my life. That was peak popularity. Peak, my most celebrity status, if you will. People loved me.
Uh-huh.
Well, since there's no VOD, I could honestly play whatever music I want.
Yeah.
What if I just like play a song, just vibe to it for a little bit, just dance? Have you ever played an instrument, Nabby?
Huh?
Have you ever played an instrument?
Yes, actually. I used to play trumpet. I did for
trumpet.
7 years. I hated every minute of it.
I played the flute for a few months, but then it was in 5th grade when they kind of like they make you play an instrument.
Yeah.
So I played the flute, and then I had to miss the Halloween parade because I was doing the fucking flute band thing. And I was upset. I was really sad that I missed the Halloween parade. And so I quit. I kind of regret that because I do like the flute, and I think it would have been nice to have actually learned something like that. However, I have a ukulele and I can play the ukulele.
See, I took on trumpet because in primary 4, that was when they first started doing like the instrument stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the same as us saying.
Yeah. And it was like the trumpet and trombone, the brass stuff was the first stuff that came up. Followed by viola.
God, I remember the viola.
But I didn't know there was going to be the viola one. So I took up the trumpet one. I did they did like audition things to make sure you weren't tone deaf, basically, to make sure you could actually learn it. And I was one of the people who got it.
Nice.
I think there were like 3 of us at the time, and then someone joined us later, a few years after. And I liked it for like a month. And then after that, I was basically only doing it because I was obligated to.
I mean, we had to like.
We had to buy our instruments, so like
buy your instruments.
Yeah, we had like I still have my trumpet because we bought it. It was like 200 quid, so I was like, well, I don't want to quit now because we've spent this money on this, so I should keep going with it. I did it. I mean, it was alright sometimes. Like, in primary school, the lessons were pretty fun in themselves. Like, I just didn't like practicing at home. So I didn't. I just went off of my natural talent, which I did for pretty much everything except for art, where I actually care about art, so I actively try to improve in it. Everything else, like, I always just fall back on what I'm able to do naturally without any practice, which is a flaw of mine, but you know. The whole gifted student thing.
Fair.
Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't bad at it. I probably could have been far better if I did practice, but I didn't want to practice. And I would always make, like, every once in a while I'd just skip a lesson because I didn't want to do it, so I'd just be like, oh, I have a cold, which wasn't technically wrong because I have a permanent cold. So it's just like, oh yeah, my nose has been really stuffy this week. Because with the trumpet, because you're relying on your lungs, that's a good enough excuse most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's absolutely fair.
It shouldn't be, because it was always an excuse. But, you know.
I mean, but your chronic cough thing.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad back then. Like, I didn't have a cough actively all the time, but I did usually have, like, a stuffy nose. Honestly, like, it's only in, like, the past couple of years that it started getting to the point of, like, actually being, like, a coughing thing. Like, before I had symptoms of it that, like, made my mom, like, pretty certain that I had it, it just hadn't, like, actually manifested.
Right.
Whereas now, like, it's a thing all the time. I mean, it's worse now because I think I have both the non-allergic and allergic form. So, like, at the moment, it's being triggered a lot more because my room is dusty, I think, and also possibly because there's a cat.
Are you allergic?
I'm not sure, actually, because, like, the past couple of years, I have had, like, some allergic reactions around my cat. But it's not, like, super bad. It's usually just, like, I get, like, the occasional runny nose and, like, my, eyes will water. So it's more annoying than anything. But it doesn't happen all the time. It's just, like, I think it's just when he's, what's the word? I'm thinking of molting. That's not the one I'm thinking of, though. It's not the one I want. Shedding, yeah. Cause he's like he's not long hair, but he's not short hair either. He's in the middle. So he sheds a lot. And it tends to float.
Oh, I'm covered in cat fur. I've had at least 2 cats around, like, my general presence for the past 2 years. They're never mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god. So I lived at one place where I had one cat, and then my roommate's cat, and then my sister's 2 cats that would always hang. Like, no matter where I went, no matter which house I went to, whether I was at home or I was at my sister's, there was a cat. And now I moved here. There was 1 cat. Now there's 2. We got a kitten maybe a year or so ago. Who's not even done growing. Doesn't finish growing until they're 5 years old.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just a specific breed. I'm not sure. Also, Amelia, redeem some head pets. Here's some head pets for you, Amelia. You get some head pets as well as I will head pet myself as well. Here you go, Amelia. I will head pet myself too. And then I will reach over and try my best to head pet Nabby, but Nabby's very far away from me. So no head pets for Nabby. No head pets for Nabby. Nabby doesn't have head pets.
That's fine.
You wanted head pets?
No. No, 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 no.
No, Nabby wants head pets. Come here. Hold on, my hand's being good. There we go. There we go. Nabby's now right next to me.
Yay.
Now I get to pet Nabby. Hold on. Once my hand stopped being freaky. Here we go. Thank you, Amelia. Pet. Oh, look at that! I'm petting Nabby. It's working.
Ah.
I pet. Ba, 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 ba. Also, Shatter also redeemed head pets. Head pets for Shatter. Do I still have Shatter's PNG in here?
Do you?
I don't know, but I'm gonna put him in front of me and I'm gonna pet him.
Green.
Don't worry,
Green.
Shatter, you'll be here soon.
I see how.
There he is. Where is he?
Where indeed?
Where is he? This is Shatter, I think.
Huh?
Oh, okay. Alright, hold on. Why? Shatter is large.
Oh, he a big boy.
Oh, he a big boy. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
He's
I think
okay.
that's my chapter 1 done.
Your chapter 1 is done? Oh no, now it's my turn. Here's Shatter.
Yeah.
That's Shatter now.
Yeah, yeah, so I took,
Hold on.
I did trumpet from the age of 7 until I was 15, I think. Something like that.
Also, Amelia wants a quick roar. Mind if I do that real quick?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Roar
Continuing
XD.
to lightly pet the Shatter. This is my child, just so you guys know. This is my child.
Oh, you've
My
adopted
precious
him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I played trumpet from around 7 or 8 to when I was 15. I believe I was 15 when I quit. Finally. And it was fun in primary school, but with high school, when I got into high school, it was not fun anymore. Playing trumpet in itself was never that fun for me after like the first month, but like the lessons themselves were kind of fun, so I was okay with it. And then I got to high school, and it was terrible. I did not enjoy it at all. I put up with it for 3 years before finally actually quitting. I tried to quit at the end of S2, going into S3. So I tried to quit in my 3rd year, at the start of my 3rd year, but I had a panic attack when I tried to do it. And so I made a compromise, because my main excuse was that I was interrupting my classes. And so like I made a compromise with my trumpet teacher, like, oh, I'll do my lessons during break time. So that took away my break time, and then lunchtime I had junior big band, so I had no break time on that specific day. Great. It wasn't actually what I wanted, but like I put up with it for another year, and then I said, hey, I actually really just don't want to practice trumpet anymore. I don't want to learn trumpet anymore. I don't enjoy it. And at this time, I had the excuse of, oh, I have exams this year. I don't want to be worrying about, like, this thing, like, that I don't actually care about that much. Like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I don't want it to be taking time out of my day when I have exams this year. That was my excuse. Which, it was true, technically, but it was also just, I didn't want to do it. But having an excuse made it a lot more easier to do it.
Yeah.
Cello's trying to speak now, apparently.
Also, go into the chat real quick. Would you be willing to roar like a lion?
Oh, would I? Okay.
You. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't scare my baby. I have Shatter here. Don't scare my baby.
Don't scare the baby. Okay.
Scare the baby.
Alright, I'll give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Roar!
Oh! Tell me why Navi has a better roar than me. Mine is just a baby roar. Amelia also says Mark, Shatter, Meeks, and Navi should do a group collab.
We should.
I'm
actually...
my charity stream.
Oh yeah, we did do that. Yeah, we need to do like an official.
Great,
we did need to do like an official tree collab. Actually, I'm really shocked that I haven't I haven't collabed one-on-one with Shatter yet. Actually, we need to do that. We haven't yet. I don't know why.
Shatter says I need my rematch in Uno. No, we're a great little foursome, I think. So
yeah.
That was really fun during the
yeah, that was good. Yeah, we need to do that again. 12-hour Uno stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna force Shatter and Mark to do 12 hours. I know you would.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna force.
Although I'd much prefer to do it when I'm back in my own flat. I'm probably on a day that I don't have university, preferably.
Yeah,
that
is fair enough. Are you saying for a 12-hour or just for the Uno in general? Because we could do a normal Uno.
Oh, for a 12-hour. I mean, I'm up for an Uno stream, like, whenever, but...
Yeah, Shadow's like, no 12-hour. Shadow dies at 2. Also, welcome in, Mark. Did your internet go down while you were streaming?
Huh?
Or Mark? Because Mark is gonna stream soon. Oh.
Okay, anyway, you need to take over chapter 2.
Shatter had a scribbly stream. Oh, I do. Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Alright, get out of
here. Start typing!
We're done, Shatter. Oh, oops, that's Navi. How do I
Huh? How'd you what?
Why are you gonna go punch a tree, babe?
What? Mark is angry.
Mark is angry? Why is Mark angry? How do I get Shatter off of my thing? I don't know where he is. Which one is Shatter? He's above me. Okay, it's this. No, that's Hayes.
What is the writing? We are writing a story together. So, last time, about a month ago or so, if this will load, give it a minute, we made a outline for our story. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. And now we're writing it.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is. So I've just finished, chapter 1.
Do you mind if I read through your chapter 1?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
But you have to read through all of it this time.
Okay. Alright. Also. Alright. Beep beep beep, the little budgie was getting frustrated. His owner was playing music he didn't like. He had to let them know, but before that, he had to throw a tantrum. Navi, give me your best...
No. Yeah, you have to read it all.
Oh, you want me to do the tantrum?
Yeah. Go through a temper tantrum, Meeks.
I don't temper tantrum. I don't get mad at things all that often. Scree. He hopped around angrily, wings raised, doing his best to let his owner know how much he fucking hated that song right now. He hopped down to his water tub. He hopped back up to his main perch, and he hopped inside his seagrass tent. But something wasn't right. Cello closed his eyes, feeling wrong. He opened his eyes once more and realized he was no longer where he was before. Trees surrounded him and cold air ruffled his feathers, except they were no longer feathers. He had hair on his head, and his face didn't have anything fluffy on it at all. Anxiety and dread began to fill his body, and he started moving aimlessly in a panic. He scrambled around, tripping over branches and piles of leaves back and forward until, suddenly, his foot came into contact with something. He wasn't sure what it was that he kicked, but he did know that it went flying. He turned to look, and he saw something green and round. All right, we're going to go with Oliver.
What?
Right.
With Oliver?
How do we spell it again? Would you like this? Olivier?
No, that's Kiwi.
No, I know it's Kiwi.
Oh, are we
What I'm
changing
going to do is I'm
perspectives?
going to write Oliver, and then I'm going to write Oliver getting hit in the head by Kiwi.
Okay. Is this from Oliver's perspective?
Oh.
You could do it like that.
Or is it third person?
Well, it would be in third person, but you'd still be going in like their perspective. You know, like the first paragraph, the first chapter is Shellow's perspective, even if it is in third person. You know, it's taking him as the main character. Like you can do it like Heroes of Olympus style, basically, where different chapters take it from different. Not Percy Jackson, it's the series after Percy Jackson. It takes like the different chapters are in different characters' perspectives, but it's still in like third person.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do it like that. Alright, this is enough of whatever language I was speaking. Fair enough. But yeah, if you want to continue, find something to chat about.
As I think, I gotta think.
Yeah. Too.
I gotta really make this character right, you know.
Yeah, we don't have much in the plans of his actual personality or anything.
Well, let me take a look at his description real quick to remember which one he was. He was with swords for arms, was he?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, just really cool and has swords for arms. Okay, I'm very good at writing cool characters.
Yeah, except he hates it. He like hates it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he can't pick up anything.
He can. He can impale it.
Not the same as picking something up.
Abby, you want to be picked up by Oliver?
No thanks. I'm good.
Thanks. Well, thank you. All right.
I don't want to get shanked.
I don't want to get shanked. Not today.
Oh. Yeah. I would try and pick up from one of our conversations earlier, but I cannot remember.
Conventions, cosplay,
cosplay.
contacts suck.
Well, I finished selling that one.
That sounded like some kind of like early 2000s like advertisements. Like, come to Anime Expo, conventions, cosplay, fun times, anime titties.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, no, we can't finish that conversation specifically. I need to readjust my leg. It's hurting. I guess I could, I mean, if it's okay, I can talk about my OCs as well. Do that.
Go for it. Absolutely.
Sure.
I
need to figure out which ones to talk about.
My brain has to do this. I got this. I've not written in paragraph form in forever. Like I play with Maggie all the freaking time, but it's in script. We write in script.
I see. I haven't roleplayed in so long. Like, I mean, I play D&D every week, but like that's not the same. It's not the same as like role-playing. You know, there's role-playing in D&D, and then there's text role-playing. I haven't text role-played in so long. Like, not properly.
No.
Oh my god, I kind of miss it. I used to I used to let's talk about that. So I first started like doing text role plays when I think I was 12. I was 11 or 12. What happened was, it was really weird. It was a really weird way that we started doing it, but I, at the time, whoops.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I dropped my microphone. I didn't realize that, the desk, the lap desk thing I'm working on off of, it has like a pull-out thing for your mouth, but I've been putting my microphone on it because it's like the only place I can. And I didn't realize it was all the way out, so I was fiddling with it, and I accidentally pulled it out and like jolted the microphone off of it.
I always drop my microphone. I think I've got it better placed on this desk though. This desk is very nice. I got a better place, so hopefully, no dropping this microphone anymore.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
But anyway, yeah. So I was like 11 or 12. I don't specifically. I know I was like in the start of my first year of high school. So was it before or after my birthday that year? So my birthday is in October. The school year usually starts in August for like primary and high school anyway. So I don't remember exactly when it was. We were like talking about something. I don't have the text anymore. I wouldn't want to look back on them anyway. But we were just like messing around over text, and I remember like I was walking home from high school. So we were texting while I was on my way home. And I don't know, we just slipped into like role playing because we were like fucking around. You know when you do like the asterisk action sort of thing. Yeah. So we were doing that, just to fuck around, and they just turned into like their own characters. And they just started role playing, and it was like horrible. It was really bad.
Yeah, well, you're kids. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was so bad.
You don't want to know.
Oh my god, it was terrible. It was so edgy. I don't even remember. I only remember one.
Edgy. It's all so stupidly
Oh,
edgy.
it's so stupidly edgy. It was so ridiculous.
Think we were?
So my character was I genuinely hate myself for this character because I could like pull off this character like now, but like with actual research and like doing it better with an actual plot. But he was his name was Cyril, or well, he was Cyril. But he had 3 prosthetic limbs from a nondescript accident. Well, actually, I think I did eventually like come up with one for it. And he kind of had like a split personality sort of thing going on. I'm saying split personality because it's like the completely inaccurate thing to DID, so I'm not going to call it DID. But it was quote unquote split personality, whereas the other personality was his dead brother possessing his body, basically. And it was so ridiculously edgy. And my friend's character was named Star, and she was also ridiculously edgy. And just grumpy all the time, and they would constantly fight. And I had another character called Paul, and he was a kid, and he like self-harmed, and he was like, oh my god, like it was so bad.
No, trust me,
I'd like describe the plot, but there wasn't one. It was just drama. It was just stupid drama between these characters that did not have a good personality at all. Like, they're so annoying. It's just like, oh no. After a while we switched it. We had like different role plays, so we just switched to a new one when we got bored of it. So eventually we switched on to our next one, which I can actually like feel a little less embarrassed about. It was still stupid, but like, excuse me, mister.
Jello has his own OCs to talk to you about. Also, I have an idea in my head right now. What I could write. I'm just staring at it.
Yeah. The empty canvas problem.
If Oliver has swords for arms, right?
Yeah.
The most convenient thing that he could, be able to do as one of his skills that's not stabbing people would be to cook, because he can chop, right? So I was thinking I could start off with that. He cooking, so he's thinking, he's like, well, I may hate these swords for arms, but at least it's good for something. Always got a knife on you. chopping.
Oh my god.
Ow, I hit my hand on my desk while trying to imitate chopping. Oh. No.
Yeah, so second roleplay I did with my friend. And you have to remember, at the time we were doing like the asterisk type. I didn't move on to like proper sentence type roleplaying until like a few years after. And so, yeah, our second roleplay, it was like a Hunger Games sort of thing. Where it was like a group of people who were all in this dome. It was like a destroyed cityscape sort of
Hunger Games,
area.
Danganronpa.
Yeah, except I don't think anyone actually died, but you know. But it had a bit more interesting stuff in it, I guess. Like it had something there because we actually started with like a plot sort of idea, whereas the other one was just like we just started role playing. We had no prior planning. There was no concept there. It just kind of happened. This one, like, we had an idea.
Look back on it fondly.
Oh, I mean,
it's edgy, but might as well look back on it fondly.
Yeah. Like, this one I don't feel as embarrassed about, because it's more like, yeah, it was bad, it wasn't good, we weren't cooperating very well on it, so it was still pretty shit. But, like, it's less embarrassing, because it's like, well, at least there was something there, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember the names of the characters at all. I do not remember them. I only remember one of the character names. But I'll get to her later. So we had two characters, like as our main ones. And they were kind of working together. And then we introduced this concept of like, there's like these monster things. And basically like there was, my friend introduced this plot line of like, yeah, like a humanoid version of them. And then I took it over. Because I was 13 and a dick.
Oh, wow.
I think she's still a bit annoyed at me for that, I think. There's no bad blood or anything. Like, we continued. Like, we were still friends for ages after. We don't talk as much now, but that's mostly because she's not online as much. So, you know, we don't really talk. So, you know. But, yeah, so, I took that over. She was annoyed at me for a while, but we kept going. And we introduced, like, another pair, because it was basically, like, I think they were supposed to be, like, divided into pairs, in the survival game. And so they met another pair, who I think was called Smoke and Glimmer. I know Glimmer specifically, because that was my character.
Cute, Smoke and Glimmer, that's kind of cute.
But yeah, I don't remember what Smoke Steel was at all anymore. I think he was just grumpy. I don't know. My entire screen is frozen. That's fine. But, Glimmer, I remember, she had a very cutesy personality. She was very friendly. Except she was actually, well, she was supposed to be, like, psychopathic. What she really was just an edgy yandere with very little planning. But,
yeah.
You know, it was something. And she was trying to kill, like, the main character. Like, obsessively. Which was something. And then we stopped that roleplay, like, pretty soon afterwards. Our third roleplay... What one was that? I'm trying to think what that one was. I think it was our third roleplay, which was the one that we actually, like, we still really like this one. Even though, like, the original one was really bad, we really enjoyed, like, the concept behind it. So we, like, kind of reworked it a little bit. So, like, how we would do it now is so much different. But, like, you know, this is the one that I think we really, really like the most. it was probably the most developed one we had, even though it was kind of bad. Yeah, we just realized my audio is like peaking so much. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Yeah, our third roleplay. I actually remember like a decent amount of this one. It was, I don't know how to describe it. It's what would I? Basically, it was like when you, well, no. That was like the revised concept for it. Originally, it was like your past self would basically come back as like a ghost of sorts. Kind of as like what would you call it? They'd be their own person, but like they'd just come chill with you, basically. So they'd have died in a specific way, and then they'd come and like they'd meet you like at a certain age, or like when you became a certain age, like, and it wasn't everybody. It was just specifically like people who died in a really, really bad way. So they're, I'm trying to think what to call them. I can't remember.
Oh, I think you're cutting out a little bit on Discord, Navi.
Oh, oof. Ah.
No.
Ah. Oh. Ah. Okay, how much did that cut off?
My general idea. I'm so sorry.
Huh?
You guys are gonna see it. I'm just a little shy to do.
Okay. Is everything calmed down now? How much did that cut out?
What is Navi doing? Look, that's Navi right there.
Meeks?
Did Navi boop?
Meeks?
I hear you now, yeah. Navi!
Meeks! How much did that cut out? How much did that cut out? Ah!
Up and go back in.
Huh? I think my entire laptop is just lagging. So it hasn't disconnected my stream. It's just very choppy. Let me leave and rejoin the call. It's so lagging. Womp womp. It wouldn't be a collab without technical issues. Meeks, where you at? Meeks? 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 Meeks?
Ah!
Meeks?
Navi! I'm gonna write out what because I wrote out some on I don't know if this is cheating, but I wrote some out on a paper real quick.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
now I'm gonna type it out.
How much did that cut out?
Shoot. Like, it was...
It was...
I'm not too sure, to be quite honest. Exactly how much it...
What was the last thing I said? That you heard, anyway.
Oops, I didn't click this.
Hmm?
You were talking about... Dude.
About...
Oh, man. My memory decided it doesn't exist anymore. Remember how I said I have good memory, Navi?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like an hour ago.
Yeah? Oh, you remember that? You have such good memory, Navi.
I do not.
I know.
I used to have good memory. I don't anymore. My mental illness fucked it up, which is always fun.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Was I talking about the second or third roleplay when I started cutting out?
The second, I think.
Oh my god.
I don't remember a third.
Or
were you talking about the third one? Well, okay.
I was talking about the third one. I mean, I know you heard the part about Glimmer, and that was basically where I stopped on the second one, so...
Oh. Okay, I didn't realize that you had stopped the second one. I thought you were still talking about that one.
No, we didn't do much more after that one. Yeah, so the third one. Concept was basically, some people, if their past life, ended early or in a really bad way, basically, like, their old soul, their soul would basically split in half when they were reborn. And so one would essentially be like a spirit of the old one, of the old person, the old life, and the other would be the new life. So it would be like same soul, but like split in half, and they sort of become their own separate things. And like, after a certain age, in the original concept anyway, we ended up revising this later, when we came back to the story, because we liked the story concept. It was our favorite one, but we didn't like how it went originally, because it was still quite edgy, so we ended up revising it to make it like a much better story, in concept. We didn't really roleplay too much of it, but like, we did revise the story concept. Yeah. And so, I mean, it was basically the same sort of thing, but, with the original
very unique
concept.
Stories that you guys are coming up with.
But, yeah, so the old soul would eventually, after like a certain age, it would basically, visit, like, the new, soul, kind of like they'd have like their own place, in the original version. They kind of like stay where they died. So like originally with the main character, his name was Kin. We ended up changing his name to Atkin and then shortening it to Kin, but in the original version his name was Kin. And he was like, he was edgy, but he was very smart. But he wanted to take a visit to like this old, abandoned, ruined house on top of a hill in his town. Because it was like a dare sort of thing. Like, you dare kids to explore. He just wanted to go for funsies. And he went there, and his old soul basically showed up and started messing with him.
Oh no.
And basically, like, how did it go in the original? Yeah, he was just like fucking around with him, essentially. Like, his old personality had the ability to teleport, because basically both the old personality and the new or the old soul and the new soul would have powers, and they'd be like connected to each other, but they wouldn't be the same. And there were different tiers of different powers. And so his old soul's power was to teleport around. And so he was doing that to mess with him until Kin's power activated. And his, in the original version, was to basically disconnect and reconnect his matter. He could basically like move his matter around. So he could like disconnect his arm and just like have it do stuff.
Okay.
Smack
somebody with your entire arm.
Literally. Like, so he could do that. And he could also, like, if he wanted to, he could technically teleport as well, because he could move his matter like that. We did end up changing that, in the revised version, like, completely. But, yeah. In the original version, that was his power. And eventually, like, with enough messing with him, he awakened that power, and then there was a lot going on, because that one went on for a while. That one we actually roleplayed quite a lot, but basically, like, different characters showed up, and then eventually, it sort of came out that, like, there was this person who was, like, making really powerful people disappear. Like, anyone who had particularly strong or rare abilities, she would be kidnapping them, and just doing with them what they wanted. And so Kin's ability specifically, he had a tier 12 ability, which was the rarest, and there was one other person. And basically, like, there was this whole alternate world that only people who had these powers could visit. And the other tier 12 guy ruled it, basically, because he had the most powerful ability. And so, yeah, eventually, Kin ended up getting attacked, and he got kidnapped, and he got separated from, his alternate self, whose name was Orcus. His past soul's spirit was named Orcus. And the thing with these, spirits is they couldn't be seen by, like, normal people.
Right, the old souls.
Yeah, like, they're not ghosts. They can't interact with the environment, but, like, they'll, like, in people who don't have this power as minds, they'll basically be, overwritten, essentially. Like, they can't perceive
so if
those
they,
changes.
If they, like, pick up a hat, that hat's gonna be floating?
Yes and no, because, like, technically it would be, except, like, it's literally, like, there's, like, some mind magic going on with them, where basically, if anyone sees that, like, they don't really perceive it. Like, they just don't perceive it. Like, their minds just can't comprehend that, so they just don't. I don't know, it's weird
don't.
logic.
Yeah, my mind does that sometimes, too, if I can't comprehend something. It's like,
Yeah, that's basically what happens. Essentially, in, like, logical terms. It wasn't very logical, but we don't worry about that. But, yeah, like, this is a very shortened down version, because there were tons of other characters. Like, there were, like, 20 characters or something. Like, it was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I get
This is, like, hella abridged. And so, yeah, like, eventually Kin got found out about, like, people found out that there was this other tier 12 person, and this was a super rare ability. Like, there were 2 people who had it, you know? So of course they were like, powerful, I want you, I'm gonna take you, and I'm gonna use you for my own purposes. Nondescript purposes. It was basically just to torture them, essentially, just because there wasn't really reasoning for it.
Try and, like, get their power or anything like that.
No, there was no actual reason to it in the original version. It was just basically to take out the power, but they also really wanted to just essentially break them, just because they could. And so, like, there was a time skip. There was, like, a 2-year time skip. And the thing with these, alter egos was that if their master, I guess, died, they would disappear as well. But for some reason, like, Orcus was not particularly smart. He just wasn't. That was, like, an actual character trait he had, so it was fine.
Same.
He didn't quite realize that, because no one really told him that. So he didn't know. But... yeah, so... like, this 2-year time skip happens. And then we get the second main character. Another main character, takes over. His name is Rennie. And as much as I love him, he was, in his original version, very, very edgy in backstory. I'm not gonna get too much into that. Just, yeah, you can figure that out.
My OC of 10 years, he was a bitch when I first made him. Oh, he was an ass. I made him like 10 years ago. I use him now. He's still my main OC. He's still the one that I use all the time. But, oh my god, the way he used to be 10 years ago is very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah.
He was not good 10 years ago.
No, the personality of this character was fine. It was just, like, his backstory was, shitty.
His personality wasn't okay. It was not okay. He was not in a good place.
No, yeah, Rennie was not in a good place, like, the entire time. He had, like, a sort of thing with that. Yeah, Rennie, Rennie took over as the main character. And he also went to the same haunted house, except his wasn't quite as willing, because he was being quite severely bullied, so they just kind of forced him there. And yeah, and so Rennie also got attacked there, except it was by, it wasn't by Orcus. Although Orcus did show up there and saw him. But Rennie got attacked by, like, a giant dog that attacked, like, everyone else that was with him. The bullies that dragged him there. It attacked them, and then it was, like, perfectly friendly to him, and he was like, what the fuck? And so Rennie got his powers, which is basically, like, he could create animals out of nowhere. Because Rennie was interesting, because he didn't...
create life.
Yeah, except that they weren't really alive. They were just kind of energy in the shape of animals.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
That wasn't his actual power, but that was, like, the thing he found out about first. And Orcus found him there being licked by this giant Kerberos sort of thing. It's just like, hi? Okay, you're coming with me, I think. Because, Rennie didn't have anyone to explain, like, what had happened to him. Because Rennie was interesting in that he didn't technically have a past soul. Well, he did, but it's different. It was different from, everyone else. So Rennie was technically a tier 11, so it was like the second rarest tier of powers. But he was different because his past soul was essentially like one that got resurrected over and over and over and over again. His past soul was that of the Chimera. It was just someone who was essentially resurrected continuously, like, had this normal process that happened to everyone else, except it happened over and over and over again, for whatever reason, and became known as the Chimera, and basically, like, this soul specifically was destined to always have incredible misfortune in its life, and then have to repeat it over and over and over again. but like not the same life. It would just get resurrected into different lives. But he didn't know this at first.
Yeah.
He was just like, I don't have an old soul with me that I can see. But his was like he could create creatures that they didn't necessarily have to be actual animals. He could mix and match them into horrific things if he wanted to. And he later found out because Orcus basically turned into a total edgelord after Kin got kidnapped. Because he just, he was basically traumatized by it pretty badly, and turned very aggressive as a result. So Orcus would like frequently fuck with Rennie, which wasn't great because Rennie was in fact an abuse victim and was very suicidal in the first place. That was a thing. It was bad, but it was a thing in his thing. Which I mean, I think when we reworked it, we made it quite a bit better. Where it was like, okay, now it just makes sense, but it's not super over the top. But Rennie found out that alongside his normal power, his normal tier 11 power, he also started getting these incredible regenerative abilities, which really particularly sucked for him because he did want to actively die and he could not. Naturally. Literally, like, his past soul was just cursed to just suffer until it died naturally.
You know what that makes me think of?
What?
You ever watch Bungo Stray?
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Dazai.
This guy who just can't seem to die. Dazai.
Oh, we do love him. But,
So sorry, I'm looking down. I'm
no.
writing something out.
Don't worry about that. But, yeah, other stuff happened. I don't really remember past that much, because we kind of just stopped. But, Ken eventually came back. He showed back up. Because he escaped, after a couple of years. And yeah, I don't know, I think we kind of stopped shortly after that, because I can't remember anything else in particular that happened.
You remembered a lot, though, from something.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're like deeply ingrained in my mind. They're deeply ingrained in my mind, so...
Yeah.
I mean, they happened. When it happened, yeah, it was before I started having memory issues, so it was fine. I can still remember them. But, yeah, so in the revised version, we, changed it. We changed quite a bit of things. We still had, like, a lot of the original characters, who I didn't go into most of them, just because they weren't too important, really, in the grand scheme of things. But Rennie still has, like, the whole chimera spirit thing going on, but we never really got too far into revising that anyway. But he was made a lot less edgy, basically. Kin, we revised his personality quite a bit, because in the original he was also very, very edgy. All of my characters were very edgy. Both of our characters were very, very edgy. But yeah, we revised it a bit. So it basically became, if basically everyone had like a past soul, but they only really got it. They only got the powers and like the previous soul if they died in like if they were supposed to die without having done anything really. It like if it was like an accidental death, like it wasn't supposed to happen but it did, and basically the god of the world would be like, I'm just gonna turn back time, and that's not gonna happen now. And people it happened to. It was kind of like, oh, what the fuck is it called? Why am I blanking? Macaco City Actors sort of thing. Except not with a specific day or anything.
I remember the plot.
In Macaco City Actors, or, well, the entire city as a whole, anyway. Or entire series as a whole, but I can't remember what the series is called right now. Oh, Kagepro. That's what I mean,
Yeah,
Kagepro. Thank you for following Eggplant 1123. I had to actually pick up my phone to read that. I need to get my eyes checked. I'm due for an eye check, but whatever.
Oh, I've been due for an eye check.
Oh yeah, I'm like
Whoa.
3 going on 4 months overdue now. Whoops. Do you speak Japanese? No. I know some words and phrases, but I do not speak Japanese. I cannot hold a conversation in it. I just know the odd words. If I'm given, like, a song or something in Japanese, I can pronounce it fine. I can't read Romaji. Hanasu Nihongo. Okay. But yeah. But yeah, so basically, like, the plot of this would follow, it was similar to Kagepro, but it wasn't the same. It was just similar. Just in, like, the concept of, like...
I feel like the next part of what I'm writing here, Cello needs to come out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's up to you. But... what was I saying? Yeah, so it was kind of similar in the idea of, like, these people. It's okay. Yeah. I would like to learn Japanese, but, at the moment, I'm concentrating on learning Italian. I'm slowly learning stuff. I can't hold a conversation in Italian yet, but I'm learning. I'm learning how to structure some phrases and stuff. But yeah, because, my mother's side of the family is Italian, and I can't speak it because I never got taught. So I want to pick up the slack and learn at least, like, a conversational amount. That's actually, like, my resolution this year, to learn a bit. I'm doing my best. I did quite a bit of Duolingo today, actually, which is a whole thing. Yeah, I would like to learn Japanese at some point. It's just not what I want to concentrate on at the moment, because I don't really have a proper use for it, whereas I do for Italian. Yeah, but
I was learning it last summer, and I was doing pretty well, but
yeah.
At this point I've forgotten a lot of it because I stopped.
Yeah, my problem is I always
before
stop.
Vtubing and stuff that I started doing that.
Duolingo will murder you if you don't do it on time. Yeah, I've basically been doing it where I'll pick up once every couple weeks, but I'll do, like, a big chunk when I do that. Which kind of works. Like, I am picking up stuff. I am learning some stuff. I was talking about this with Meeks earlier, where there was Duolingo wanted me to basically say it wanted me to write or, like, input basically the chicken is on the plate, il pollo è nel piatto. It wanted me to input that, and I instead, by accident, put il cuoco è nel piatto, which means instead the cook is on the plate. And something went very, very wrong in that kitchen. And I did that twice, and it was really stupid.
If you know the way that Nabi talks, that is a very concerning mistake for Nabi to make.
Yeah, if you know me, I have a bit of a sadistic streak. I fully admit to that. I have a bit of a sadistic streak. That was kind of concerning, but the logic was, it wasn't intentional by any means. The second time it only happened because I was still laughing about the first time, so I accidentally put it in again. Because I was just thinking about it. But the first time, it was because I genuinely thought that, I didn't realize, I mixed up, Quacko or Quacko, I thought that was chicken, until
Hey,
just
Nabby.
after I,
Nabby, hey.
yeah? Yeah? What?
What? Is Cello a kid?
Huh?
Is Cello a kid?
No,
Or like
I think he'd
an
be like a young
adult,
adult, because
like young adult. Or...
he's over a year old now, as of this month, at least. Anyway, like officially. So he's an adult.
Okay.
I don't actually know how old Cello is, to be honest. I know he's over a year old at least now. But past that, I don't know.
And what
Huh?
color would his hair be? What color would his hair be?
I think it'd be blonde with like gray streaks. Maybe a bit like blue highlights or something. It's weird because he has a very odd color mutation. Am I cutting out again? Fuck. No. I gotta go. I'm sorry I couldn't stay long, but goodbye. No, it's fine. I'm happy that you showed up. I hope you enjoyed it while you were here. Yeah, what was it saying? Yeah, so, yeah, when we revised it, we changed...
Thank you for the pet shatter.
Good,
Do you want
good.
to come back?
Um,
I'm put Shatter back. Shatter's coming back.
Shatter had pets. Yeah, so,
Just kidding.
I'm like trying to get back on my train of thought.
Yeah, pet that. And I pat your head.
Yeah, trying to get back on my train of thought before,
Petting Shatter like I was like like the evil villain petting your cat.
But, yeah, so, God, I'm trying to get back into my train of thought, I've lost it now. Basically, yeah, we changed Ken's personality. Orcus was, like, mostly the same, but Ken was also, like, a decent amount the same. Like, he was still incredibly smart, but, he wasn't as edgy. We calmed him down a bit. I didn't mention, like, the edgy parts of him because I just don't want to. Earlier, in the original version. Yeah, when we revised it, we made it so he was a lot calmer, he was more chill. He was still very, very difficult for people to read, but, like, yeah, he was just, he was a bit silly and goofy, but, like, kind of more reserved, I think. And yeah, we basically made it so that, yeah, the concept was more like Kakapro, where, if people died early, they'd get revived if they didn't die as they were supposed to. So with Kin, it was like, he basically he was walking, like, just normally, down the street, and then basically, like, a fight broke out in the alleyway he was walking past, and just as he was walking past, like, something came flying out of the alleyway. I think it was like a bottle or something, and sort of knocked him into the road as a bus was coming, so he got hit, and he died. And then the god, who I can't remember her name, but, like, she came to him in a vision and was like, "You're not supposed to die yet, so I'm going to rewind the day, and it's not gonna happen the same, but you're still gonna remember what happened. So you can hopefully avoid it this time." We didn't really continue it past that, but, like, yeah, that was, like, the concept that we changed it. Yeah, we just kind of fixed stuff. Like, it was still, like, the same basic story. But, yeah, it wasn't the same. We had other RPs, but I don't really want to talk about them because they weren't as interesting, I don't think. Well, they were interesting, but I just don't want to talk about them.
I'm just gonna call Cello the smaller man.
The smaller man. What? You good?
Pen.
What happened? Exactly.
Yeah, I had my pen, and I was just like, I pushed on both sides of my pen, causing too much pressure on my pen, and made it go flying. But
you tried to spin it and just failed miserably. Oh yeah, fun fact. I can.
I'm just calling Cello a smaller man. We gotta start giving their name.
Oh boy. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, fun thing. I know how to pen spin. I can spin my. Well, I'm not particularly. I don't know any other things, but I do know a couple of pen spinning tricks. Which are fun.
And pen spin. I wanna. This is how it looks when I try and spin.
I can't see. I don't have your stream up, so I can't see.
Boink. No.
I wish I could show.
You're just maneuvering it with your fingers.
No. I mean, like, I can, I know how to, like, properly spin it around my finger. Like, just whoosh. I don't know how to describe it, but, like, it goes around my finger. I really wish I could show.
Can you juggle, Nabby?
I cannot, no. Straight out of the gate, I cannot. Reminds me of a visual novel where a guy is forced back in time by an angel to fix his life, and if he dies, time goes back and fails exams. Goes back in time until his life is good. I'm trying to think if I know that one. I don't think I do. I think the concept has been done a couple of times, but it was really like a plot device in this one, where it was just how they got their powers. And Kin basically, his revised powers, we revised their powers, so Orcus could still teleport, I think, but it was more like, he would turn invisible for a time and just move, rather than actually teleporting. Kin, we changed his power entirely. So, we made it so that he could actually, like, take over other people's senses. But, like, it wasn't that he would take over, but he could, like, literally see through other people's eyes. As well as his own, I think. He could, like, hear from other people's ears. So yeah, okay. Okay, second chance. Life stimulus from stats and traits. Ah, I see. I've never heard of that. Maybe I'll check it out if it's any good. Maybe. Yeah, we revised his powers, so, like, the other tier 12 guy, we also revised his powers along with it. And it was always that, like, he had, like, the same power type, but it wasn't the same powers. So in the original version, it was that he could control other matter. So where King could control his own particles, this other guy could control particles outside of his body. And in the revised version, where Kin can see other people's senses, he can, like, he can concentrate on one other person's senses and get them, but I think he also has his own senses. So this other guy with the tier 12 ability, he has something similar where he can basically see through a massive group of people's eyes. He can see through a bunch of other people's eyes, but he can't, if he's using that sense, he can't use his own sense of that same kind. So if he's hearing through an entire crowd of people's ears, he can't hear through his own ears. If he's seeing through other people's eyes, he can't see through his own eyes. He can only see through theirs. So like both Kin and this guy, I cannot remember what his name was. Like they have very good abilities, but they do have like their limits. Where Kin can only do it with one other person, but he still has his own senses at the same time. Whereas this guy can take on an entire crowd's senses, but he can't use his own while he's doing that. So they have like their own vulnerabilities and uses. Cello, are you okay? I think you tripped there. But yeah, I don't know. It was... I personally... I don't know, I like both versions of the ability.
Cello.
Yeah, he just does that sometimes. He's like still kind of learning, because I changed out the basically like down there he has two different perches and it sort of interconnect. Hey, there he goes, throwing a tantrum again. Jello.
Do we get to hear the legendary cello tantrum?
Can you not hear it? He's being kind of quiet with that.
Oh no, I can hear it.
Yeah. That's what he sounds like, except usually he's louder.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if I keep speaking, he'll raise his voice. Yeah, won't you? If I keep speaking, you're gonna keep going. He's not actually pulling like a full tantrum at the moment. He's like doing a partial one. He's about to throw a tantrum. He's just telling me off right now.
Right chapter. It's a bit shorter than yours, but you know, it's Oliver.
Is that you done then?
I finished my chapter.
Okay, let's read it then. Oof. Chapter 2. Useless. These swords are useless. What was he supposed to do with these? What was Mother's plans? Just a weapon, likely. Newsflash, the Mother can't create a weapon out of a human soul. Still, there was one plus about these blades. Portable kitchen knives. At least he could finally relax here with his bonfire and vegetables. No one to bother. Ow! Next thing he knew, an odd-looking reptile or amphibian, wherever this was, just disturbed his peace. Hey! Who threw this creature? The man stood, angrily glancing around before spotting a smaller man in the distance. Who the hell does this kid think he is? He approached closer. The smaller man seemed confused, lost. Hey! His approach became less aggressive as he came closer. Remembering angrily approaching a lost man while having swords for arms. This is the most comforting way to go about this. Jello.
It's not a chapter, but it's an approach.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And you gotta go in like 10 minutes.
I think it's because Chill is really, really tired, actually. So you usually go to bed about like an hour earlier than this. Yeah. I think that's enough writing for
Hour
today.
mark, as I like to do. What's that? I do have to pop off.
Huh?
Yeah.
You cut out for a bit there.
I think we made a good start.
Yeah. We got 2 chapters.
I think we made a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got two chapters. We got a general gist of how Cielo came to be isekai'd, and then we got a little bit of an Oliver introduction. I mean, he was written exactly the same way that I write all of my characters. Stupid.
Amazing.
Thank you for the head pets, babe. I head pat back. My hands do not feel like cooperating anymore. My lead motion said I'm tired. It's been 3 hours. I'm tired. No more cooperation. Oh, it might be because my mic is too to it. Here we are. Hands.
I'm getting pretty sore.
There we go. Yeah. Petting mark. Pet. Here's your head pats for you, babe.
Pet. Yeah, I guess we'll just chat until we finish up, I guess.
Yeah, I got another 7 minutes until I hit my 3-hour mark, and then I'll hop off. I am not very good at multitasking, so I was like trying to listen to you while at the same time trying to write, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if my brain could do this.
Understandable. Yeah, I kind of struggle with that sort of thing as well. Yeah.
Like, I love listening about other people's stories, but usually I don't have another thing I have to do at the same time while I'm listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We need to do like a just chatting stream.
Yeah, like just talking about OCs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that. I was just quiet because I had to focus on writing, so I couldn't 100% comprehend everything that was being said.
Yeah, I when I was speaking and writing, I was basically writing a bit, speaking a bit, writing a bit, speaking a bit. Just taking pauses if I had to actually think about stuff. I think I'm quite lucky in that I guess with with streaming the past 6 months or so, like I've kind of trained my brain into just going on autopilot a little bit. But like I still have to think about what I'm saying, obviously, but like I can ramble.
Hi, Crystal. How you doing?
I can ramble.
We're ending in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I'm sore. Chell needs to go to bed. Yeah.
I'm sore too. Maybe.
Yeah.
How you doing, Crystal?
I do not have a proper chair at the moment because I'm stuck here, so I'm just streaming from my bed.
What type of chair are you using? Like a kitchen chair?
I'm not using a chair. I'm on my bed.
Yeah.
It's not very comfortable.
With your tablet.
It's not very comfortable to sit this way for an extended period of time. So.
Studying, Crystal.
Yeah.
Studying.
Studying.
What we studying? I haven't been to school in 5 years.
I am currently in university, but I don't really have to study. Because I'm an animation student. I just have to do the thing. I just have to get my assignments done. That's about it. No studying included.
Everyone's doing school.
Except I do still have to write an essay, but not at the moment. Although I have actually, I think I've figured out the essay that we have to write this term. We basically have to take a scene from like a movie or a show or something, and basically like write an essay on like the movement and the camera and stuff, like, which is great. I can do that.
Yeah.
And they gave us permission to like basically binge watch anime. I haven't really binge watched anime, but I mean, I watched A Silent Voice, and one of the scenes in particular got my attention. Wait, what did you say?
Oh, I just said I love A Silent Voice.
Yeah. You know the scene where Shoko is about to jump.
Well, okay. I mean, is there anybody here who hasn't seen A Silent Voice?
Just full spoiler warning.
I'm not sure if
I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about this. So if you haven't seen A Silent Voice and you don't want to get spoiled on it, go, I guess. Because I'm gonna talk about it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go ahead, man.
Right. Okay. So the scene where Shoko's about to jump, that scene in particular got my attention because there's a lot going on. There's a lot you can analyze with that scene. Just in general. And there's a lot of movement in it. And I think that's, like, there's a lot of really good scenes in A Silent Voice. I'm also about to fully nerd out as an animation student, okay? But there are a lot of good scenes in A Silent Voice. And there were a couple of others that made me, like, think, oh, like, I could also, like, analyze this one. Like, the scene that takes place in the past where, Shoya is actually, like, fully, wrestling with Shoko, basically.
Right.
I was originally like, oh, I could do that, like that scene. That's a good scene. And then I saw this scene. I was like, no, it's this scene. If I'm gonna analyze any scene from this movie, it's this one. Because it's like the climax of the movie. You know,
right.
It's such a good scene, in so many ways. But I mean, focusing on like the movement and the camera angles, the way that they build the tension in that scene is so fucking amazing. Because you just understand. You don't even have to be told. understand, because as soon as you
Also,
enter that
it's
apartment,
a long movie, by the way.
oh yeah,
It's
it's 2 hours
I was
long.
fully invested the entire time. Mind
Yeah,
you, I have ADHD.
it's so good.
Fully
It's so
invested for
good.
that long is good. You got
Yeah,
me.
it's very good at keeping your attention on it. I cried throughout the entire movie, which is something I don't get often. I mean, I have times where I cry at, like, scenes that you wouldn't normally cry at, just because, like, I'm overwhelmed by, like, how well it's done. But, like, in this case, it was, like, it was that, but also, like, the scenes were so emotional. Like, they pack a punch. Like, they hit you in the gut. But this scene in particular...
Amelia also asked if you have seen Another.
I have, yes, actually. I really love that anime. I was actually thinking of covering the opening at
That's
some
a
point.
horror anime, right?
Yep. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Isn't there a scene where one character falls? Like, I just remember the scene because it was freaking me out for some reason.
Yeah, the umbrella scene.
Like a GIF on Tumblr or whatever that they posted. Where like a character falls over and then an umbrella.
Yeah, the umbrella scene. I'm scared of umbrellas because of that scene.
Yeah, that scene, like, and it was just a GIF. It was just a GIF.
Oh yeah, like the scene itself is it does something to you. There's a lot of things that I didn't worry about before watching Another, but after watching it,
a lot of friends that don't watch anime that watched Another.
Yeah, I mean, it started as a novel, so it's a bit different from other anime, because it started as a novel and not like a light novel, like a novel. I believe anyway.
By like a Japanese writer or by?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, yeah.
I haven't seen Another either. Don't worry, Komodi.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's a lot of characters who die. There are lots of character deaths.
I mean, it's its own horror anime.
And, yeah, like the deaths are particularly horrific. I mean, in a way, they've kind of inspired me into writing my own deaths in like anything I'm writing, because they do a lot.
What are you guys watching right now?
Huh? At the moment, I'm not really watching.
I was asking chat what they're watching. You're not watching anything?
I'm not watching.
I have a few animes that I want to add onto like my anime list because I want to start watching more anime again. Because I love watching anime seasonally.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm watching Idolish 7. I always watch Idolish 7 though. That's not even like I'm always watching Idolish 7.
Yeah.
But.
I haven't been watching a lot of stuff recently.
I'm gonna start looking for who I want to raid. That's like 3 hours.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah. One of the shows I really want to watch is Wonder Egg Priority, but I don't know. I don't have time.
Oh my god!
I just do not have the time.
I want to watch Wonder Egg Priority so bad.
Yeah, I don't have the time for it. So. Yeah, you know.
Oh. There's also this one anime, I don't know the name of it, but it's like a cutesy, like, I guess you'd call it slice of life, like, anime about, I think it's a nursery, not, I forgot what it's called. I don't remember. But yeah, no, I want to watch Wonder Egg Priority. And then what is this anime that I'm thinking of? What do you call like a place? Daycare center? Guess so. It's basically about, I think, this dude who's has like a daycare center or something, and the babies are really cute. I don't know if the daycare center, it's like a kindergarten, but it's like toddler babies, not like kindergarten age.
Yeah.
But anyway. Oh, Mark is back on. I might go ahead and raid Mark. Yeah, he said his internet was messing up, but I think he's back.
I don't actually know if I'm following Mark on Twitch, actually.
Rude! One of my closest friends isn't even following my boyfriend.
I'm sorry. I just don't follow everyone until I come across them. Okay?
Oh no, I do the same thing. I follow like a whole bunch of super cool people on Twitter, but until I click on like one of their Twitch links or something to watch their stream, I'm not following them yet. Like I have like a few friends who like only just followed me like 2 days ago, and we've been talking for like weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I am.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll read Mark as well. Might as well.
Okay. I mean, it's whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I need to get another tab up now. Whoops.
Alright. You know what we say when we go in.
Are we not gonna combine our...
Raid.
Are we not gonna combine?
Oh, you're right. No, we're gonna combine, Nabby. What we gonna say?
Say,
Himbo
I need to get my own stream up real quick again, because yeah. Real quick.
Oh, he's playing with Tyr. Tyr's pretty cool.
I don't know anything about that game, so.
Vtuber.
Oh. I see. Oh my god, it's taking so long to load.
Oh, I was talking about another VTuber.
Okay, what we gonna say? Himbo Fae raid?
Yeah, I'm at just...
Yeah?
It's like Himbo Fae raid and use whichever, what do you call it?
Oh, it's loading really
This is how you raid. You do /raid.
Yes, I'm well aware.
Space mark. Oh, I'm sorry. Amelia said that they don't know how.
Oh, okay.
So I'm giving a slight tutorial. Oh no, I put in the. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I'm so dumb. I
need to put in my chat.
rated it completely different.
Yeah, are we just going with Himbo Fae raid?
Yeah. We'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
All right.
I need to type that into my chat.
Hit raid now at the same time. Let me know when you're ready, and we can hit raid now at the same time.
Oops. Yeah, just give me a minute to put that in.
What do you call it?
That was literally.
This is how you raid. You raid.
Yes, I'm well aware.
Base mark.
Oh. It's not letting me type.
Oh.
Let me type without. Jesus, there we go. It was like
no rating for.
No, it was because it was just like unmuting and then full screening and stuff. It was like, what are you doing? No.
Glad you guys enjoyed the stream.
Yeah, so pop that in there. Yeah, so if you want to copy that, if you have emotes, use them. Do what you want, decorate it, I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Do whatever you want, man. Don't let anybody stop you from your dreams.
Himbo Fae raid and then do whatever. You know, it's your choice.
Let's go. Bye. Okay. Apparently it's making me raid right now. It's forcing me to raid right now. Okay, bye.
Okay, well I'll put mine to raid now too. Okay. Bye guys.
Give me a timer.
Alright. Bye. Bye.